Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekishnetwork. It's been a long time since we gave you this daily rundown of geek news. I've been away on Hot Boy Summer, and I'm back. So we're going to give you some of this geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and share our opinions with you. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy.
Randy, what's going on, everybody? You know, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to.
Step two.
Yeah.
The Rakim. Right? Rakim. Okay, first things up. Let's go first.
All right,
so Tencent, Sony are throwing big money at the Elden Ring maker. Are you familiar with Elden Ring at all?
I am not. What is the Elden
So
Ring?
Elden Ring is a game from a company called From Software. From Software has their own brand of game called Souls-like games. And what that means is it's an action RPG game that is really, really difficult. From Software games are known to be some of the hardest games in the gaming industry. It's kind of wild how hard these games are. These games are really, 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 really hard.
So are they going to make it into a live action?
No. So it's open world game. So this is their first open world game. Completely open world. Go anywhere you want to go. There's like 200 bosses in it. You evolve, you change your character, build your character. George R. R. Martin came in and did some of the mythos for it. And so From Software is notoriously known for their difficult games, but people buy them. People that have no business buying this level of difficulty game go and buy this game. And they're hard. It's just Souls-like games are hard, but these games sell very well. They sell very, very well.
It almost comes on like Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Okay.
And so they do well on the Sony console.
All
They
right.
do well on computer. So Tencent is a big Japanese publisher, Chinese
Mm-hmm.
publisher. And they have tons of money, Tencent Holdings. And Tencent was like, hey, we're gonna give y'all more money. And Sony was like, hey,
Oh, money.
Tencent ain't gonna be the only ones giving money out there. They're like, Sony was like, we're gonna give them some money so they can make these hard ass games that people love to play. They do Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Souls like. They like somebody's like, oh, this is a Souls like game. That means it's hard. Like right now, you see about 20 games that got announced at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, that are Souls like games. They're
So what's the
roguelike and Souls like.
what's the problem? I mean, it sounds dope. Sony's putting some money behind it.
Yeah,
They're gonna make better games, more games. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not familiar with the source material, but
yeah.
good idea to
You
me.
know, I'm not mad they're making more games. They just make games I will never beat.
Well,
These are games.
why don't you step your game up? That's not their fault.
Man, let me tell you
Slacking.
something. Let me tell you something. They got like 1/1000th of the people that actually beat these games. These games are tough. They're tough.
You know what that sounds like to me?
I know it. Sounds
An
like whining.
excuse. Yeah, you whining. It sounds
It
like
sounds
an
like
excuse
whining.
to
Yeah, it
me.
sounds like
That's all.
whining.
That's
Yeah.
that's all I hear. What do you all think out there, chat? What do y'all think? Does this sound like whining? Nah, it sounds dope, man.
No, but these games are known to be difficult, and I'm glad that there is an old school game maker, like the guy that makes the Souls Likes game that made Elden Ring. He was
Mhm.
like, "What are you talking about? People learn a lot through death. They need to die a lot in order to learn."
You know.
That's his motto in all his games. The matter of fact, I think it was Demon Souls. In the first 5 seconds, you die, and you can't help but die. You can try to fight your way through it, and very few people will survive. But it's made to kill you.
The first 5 seconds.
About five
That
seconds.
seems
Five
a
seconds.
little.
You
That
walk,
seems
you
a
kill
little
one
bit intense.
person. You walk, kill one person. Then you walk up to the next person. That person kills you. It's like you
Hey.
suck at this, and you die a couple more times after you kill that person because death is part of the game.
Death is fun.
But
Who
nah,
might argue
I'm
with him?
yeah. But people love the games. They're old school video games. Call it old school type video games.
Okay.
Kill you. They don't like they don't cheat you. Like when you die in Elden Ring, you know it's your fault.
Okay.
You're like, damn, that's my fault. I should have hit the button 2 more times at 0.3 seconds
It's always
faster.
building up that skill, right? You
Mm-hmm.
keep dying,
Mm-hmm.
you keep coming back, and you
Mm-hmm.
keep learning as you go along.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But there's an opening where the Elden Ring, where you're a guy and archers are shooting at you, and
Hmm.
they crushing your health, and then behind you's guys chasing you, and you walk up to a hill, and then there's an ogre sitting on top of a bridge, and he jumps down. And then he starts chasing you. And you're like, I was like, why the hell do I want to play this? Why do I want to play this? And everybody, that's
That
that for
is,
everybody's first oh shit moment. Like, oh shit, oh shit.
it sounds amazing. So,
It
I
is.
am
It
here
is.
for it.
Yeah. So that's what Souls like. And congratulations from software for getting that money.
Yep.
Tencent's are acquiring 14.9% and 16.25% of From Software.
Okay.
So Sony's grabbing 14.9 and Tencent's grabbing 16.25.
Keep the
And
majority.
and yep. And so they're actually rivals. So Tencent is a Chinese collaboration. They're rivals to PlayStation. So they both put money in. They both put money behind this company.
So they feel like it can be something that's profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm. Very powerful. Very
yeah,
powerful.
and if it's profitable, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You make what
Like
you want.
Summer Punch was the marketing manager for Sekiro, their ninja game. And at the same time, PlayStation released the ninja game at the same time. Sekiro is definitely better game than Ghost of Tsushima,
Mm.
but it's so freaking hard that nobody played it. Like summer comes on, it's like, I'm good at games, but this game is hard.
Hilarity.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. So I'm excited for them. I can't wait to see what comes out of them. Um, the next topic, something near and dear to my heart.
What is that, sir?
LG. LG makes a fancy new sneaker box. It pampers your shoes.
It by Pamper? Can you elaborate?
Okay, it's a stackable display case and mini version of the company's home steam cleaning closet. So it basically steams your shoes and it protects from UV lights and
Nice.
moistures the leather and keeps your shoes looking clean and fresh.
Dope. So how much is it hitting for?
That is the question, right? They announced it in the press release, but they didn't put a price tag on it.
That means it's gonna
It's gonna
cost
be
rip.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
What's
expensive.
that old saying? If you have to ask, then you can't afford it. So that's basically what they kind of telling us that already.
So this is what they say. The Styler Shoe Care has multiple moving nozzles. Yes, LG trademarked the nozzles that are height and adjustable and dry out the shoes up to 4 pairs at a time. The whole process takes about 37 minutes and runs at a quiet 35 decibels, which is somewhere between a whisper and the average urban area background noise.
What the hell is the average urban background? What are you talking about? Just stuff playing
I
in the
guess in the
background?
city, yeah, yeah. So you can't hear it as it cleans your shoes and makes them crispy.
Uh, when this drops, are you going to get it?
Probably. I'm foolish. Don't
Depending on
judge
what the
me.
price tag, I'm not judging you. I would consider getting it too. It sounds dope.
Yep. Yep. Netflix's Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime gets September release date. Now,
Okay,
I'm kind of
that's
excited for this.
that
Cyberpunk
sounds dope. Is Keanu Reeves
gonna do the voice in it. I don't
his
think
voice?
so. Isn't that horrible? Miss Kiana gonna do the
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. I would imagine we get a cameo or something.
The best thing about it is Studio Trigger, the Japanese studio that y'all know I stand over, is making it,
Yeah,
and
man.
it's their 3D team, so it's gonna be Promare type. It's probably gonna make people throw up everywhere because that's what Promare does, and Kill la Kill is the traditional type. So it's gonna be interesting what they do.
Yeah, I am looking forward to this. And like I said, I'm not a huge gamer, but Cyberpunk is dope, and I always love the visual.
Mm-hmm.
So to see it in an animated version, I wonder is it going to match? Was it whatchamacallit? What's that great cartoon animated that we saw?
Arcane.
Arcane. I wonder is it going to be Arcane levels in quality?
It's gonna be traditional drawing like line art probably because that's what Trigger does really well. And they do it and they do 3D, they do like rough palette, like hard shapes. When they do their 3D stuff. But I think what we're going to see is this kind of amateur like art style with great animation. It's gonna be like a lot of movement, a lot of
Okay.
fluidity, a lot of emotion behind it. Because that's what Trigger does very, very well. They show the power of anime. They's like, hey, we have this hand that's standing here, but you see the fireball, you see the hand like up in the air, like shh, and you see the fireball building around it and they see a flick of the wrist, but they make it seem very powerful, and it has a lot of intention behind it.
So it
So,
drops in a couple of weeks here.
couple
Then
of weeks,
what's
yep.
did they provide a date?
They did provide a date. That's a good question. September release date. So, when
Okay,
does
so
it drop? Let me get the date.
I
Let me
mean
get the date.
tomorrow's September technically.
It is technically it is tomorrow, September 13th.
September 13th. Okay.
So you probably have to cover that for binge worthy.
I was thinking the same thing.
You probably set that up for September 13th, binge worthy.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of things that are coming out, Harley Quinn gets season 4 renewed at
Woo!
HBO Max.
Woo!
Yo, if they would have canceled Harley Quinn, I probably would have quit HBO.
Discovery, Warner's has been making some questionable moves here lately, some really shitty moves, but this is a beacon of light, right? And
Yeah,
like you said, if they would have been so stupid as to cancel Harley Quinn, we know it. We know this is a sinking ship. I'm just like, deuces, I'm out because I can't
I'm
fuck
out.
with y'all no more. Okay, because y'all,
Can't.
whoever is in charge does not know what the hell they're doing. So yes, Harley Quinn, man. Tell the people if they don't know what is Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn is a Warner Brother DC animated property that I think it aired on Cartoon Network, and
But
eventually
it
just
wasn't.
come.
It was on their whatchamacallit,
What is
the
it?
the subscription service that
Oh
they
yes,
had
DC
before
Universe, DC
DC
Universe,
Universe. Yeah.
DC Universe. Yes, and so Harley Quinn is this amazing cartoon that's about Harley Quinn breaking up with Joker. And the first season is about her breaking up with Joker. And season 2 goes off the rails. Off the rails. And season 3 is even better. We
Season 3
actually
is more
reviewed
off
it.
the rails. Yeah, we did it in binge worthy. We
Uh-huh.
did that early in binge worthy.
Really. It was that
Oh,
good. It was just
yeah,
that
man.
good. I think every season's gotten a binge worthy across across the board. And Harley Quinn is actually acted by Kaylee Kuko,
Mm-hmm.
and she crushes it. Like she crushes the acting. Is she so good as Harley Quinn? I want to see a live action of her as Harley
And
Quinn.
yeah, and it's also Harley Quinn. It builds up secondary characters in like the Batman
Yes.
Gotham universe. Characters
Yes.
that you never really ever cared about them, and it gives them so much personality, and it's so fun. Now, this is not for children, so
It is not for
yeah,
children.
do
This is
not
the
let
most
your
adult thing you'll this is more adult than Rick and Morty.
So we got some one of the great things about our show, if you're listening to us live, is we interact with the chat, and we've got some comments out there. What it says, Ras L said, listen to Chuck Babb sounding knowledgeable. Love you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Um, I'm really excited about this show. This show, Ron
Yeah,
Finches plays King Shark. He kills it.
everybody can go.
Kaylee Kuko, she's Harley Quinn. Her
The
sister's in here, and
yeah,
she's Barbara Gordon, and
the
she's
best
Brianna
version of
Kuko.
Harley Quinn, and I'm a Harley Quinn fan way back
Best version.
to the Batman animated version, and this is the best one, live action or animated.
Yes.
Kelly Kuko, she kills it. My boy JB Smooth is a plant in here.
Is a plant and kills it.
JB Smooth, and he kills it. Everybody does, man. It's
Everybody's on point here.
stellar work. So yeah, as long as they can keep it fresh and keep it popping, I see no reason to ever cancel Harley Quinn. Right?
Yep. They have Giancarlo Esposito being Lex Luthor.
Yes.
It doesn't get even better than
Only
that.
bad thing about that is we don't get more of it.
We don't get more of it.
That's my guy. I think he's only in like season 1.
Season 1.
We need more of him. But rumor is he might be playing Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
When X-Men drops. So
yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. They got James Gunn playing James Gunn. That's what's so crazy.
So why
Wanda Sykes, Queen of Fables.
Yeah, man. Why has James Gunn not just gotten the keys to the kingdom over at Warner Brothers?
I don't know. I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to be I think when DC Fandom comes in October this year, I think they're going to do it in October this year. I think they're going to say, "Hey, we're giving the keys to James," but James has to want them though too. We want James to get them. James is still making Marvel money, even though he's off the Marvel project. He's still making Marvel money on the side here.
I don't know. I just you should just toss him the keys and be like,
and there's politicking involved too, right? Because Zack Snyder wants those keys back. Like, give me those keys.
Never get those keys back. I don't care how good the Snyderverse was. He should never.
The Snyder Cut didn't do it for you.
His license have been permanently revoked. I don't care how good the Snyderverse was, and I love the Snyderverse, but the rest of that stuff, man, no sir.
You heard it from Randy here on GeekBeast. Zack Snyder, you can never have DC back.
Never. Right, never. Never. You got a DUI, fatal crash, suspended license. No, you will never drive that car ever again.
Dang.
Ever again.
How you really feel, Randy?
Man, come on, man. I'm a DC guy. Y'all know I'm a DC guy. And what he did with the Justice League, I was just like, oh my God. What he did with Batman, Martha.
I thought you loved that. I thought you liked that Batman versus Superman. I thought that was your movie.
No.
Okay, we'll go somewhere else that mothers like to do. Mothers like going on cruises. So Royal Caribbean is putting the SpaceX Starlink on its cruise ships, all of them. So Starlink. So that is, if y'all not familiar, SpaceX's version of the internet. They're like, hey, we're gonna put. Google has internet set up. we're gonna put our internet up. We're gonna put a bunch of satellites in the space, block out the sun, so crops don't grow no more. And we're gonna give everybody internet everywhere, and particularly on the ocean. Particularly on the ocean, it's all connected.
I'm with it 100%. Sounds amazing. What
This is
what
how StarNet started.
Skynet started?
Skynet. This is how Skynet started. It is exactly the Skynet story.
We are way past Skynet started. We're already in there, dude. The AIs are talking to each other. What are
They
you
are
talking
talking to
about?
each other. They
We're
are
past
talking
that point.
and creating their own languages.
Right. We already don't exist. The robots have literally, they've already taken over. We just don't know it yet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they took over rap music, so you know it. In this bottom of the barrel,
right. They're literally rappers now. The AIs are literally rappers.
I know it.
Yeah. So we just gotta get the time traveler back.
Time traveling back.
When the TX comes back, right? We already know. We already know what it is. Yes.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But Royal Caribbean, the cruise company that only operates celebrity cruises and silver sea cruises, has announced that it's outfitting its fleet ships with SpaceX Starlink internet service, which via TechCrunch. The company says the service will make the internet experience while at sea faster and more reliable. So while you're sitting in your chair on the deck of the cruise boat and not going into Mexico or the Caribbean, you can look on your phone and actually Instagram all the food and stuff you're eating and making your friends feel like they have FOMO.
What is FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Oh.
Fear of missing out. FOMO.
Okay.
Yep. So your friends are gonna have FOMO. They're gonna be like, I can't be on a cruise drinking all that booze and eating all that all that food's gonna make me have diarrhea tonight.
Well, didn't Google like they working on a project where it was like air balloons and it was flying around and
they still have that project
in rural areas to expand internet coverage there.
Like weather balloons. Yeah. They have satellites too. They ran more feet of cables underwater than any other company. More than our government. They have laid cables from one side of the Atlantic to the other, to one side of Pacific to the other.
I'm pretty sure the government is just utilizing them to do so for.
Oh yeah. Because their thing was like, if the U.S. government stopped making the internet free, Google would turn our internet on and say, everybody hop on our internet for free.
Yeah.
And now and Elon's like, hey, I got this government money that I'm spending. Like there's no tomorrow. I want to do the same thing.
Well, we talked about it. Elon is the AI.
He is an AI. He is.
We thought he was gonna come back looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nah. It's gonna be
it comes looking like Elon.
It's Elon. Elon is the TX-34 or whatever Arnold was.
Yep.
In the movie.
So we talking about cryptocurrencies. This is not the one I'm going to end the night on. We got a couple more after this one, but cryptocurrencies. So crypto.com mistakenly sent the customer $7.2 million instead of the $68 refund. Could you imagine you go into your crypto account, you're supposed to get $68 back, and they give you $7.2 million?
Man.
So the Los Angeles Lakers arena sponsoring and Matt Damon endorsed cryptocurrency exchange Crypto.com accidentally transferred 10.5 million Australian dollars, which is 7.2 USD, to an Australian customer instead of issuing a standard $100 Australian, which is $68 USD.
I'm like Dave Chappelle. I'm rich, bitch.
I would take it out and never give it back. Like, no.
Yeah, no.
Y'all got to eat that. Y'all got to eat that.
Well, they can get it back, but I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna
make it easy. No, I'm gonna blow through half of it if I have to give it back. And like, sue me out of court for it.
Right, sue me out of court for it. And then you just file bankruptcy and be like, what else?
File bankruptcy. Oops. Sorry. Whoa. This $3 million house is gonna stay here. I'm broke. But yeah, that happened. What y'all gonna do? What happens if you woke up one morning, you had $7.2 million in your account? Man. Would you talk to me anymore? Would you be like, F you? I'm not talking to none of y'all.
No, I wouldn't talk to you anymore. I mean, I love
Okay,
you.
I'm just
I'll be
checking.
like, I'm out. They'd be like, I've been calling Randy all day. He ain't picking up.
So you wouldn't pick up the phone?
Oh no, man, I'm close. I'm shutting my number down. If
Oh
you,
wow.
I'm
That's
shutting
why
it
I called and I get now would get a
like
this
this
phone is
number
not in
is no
service.
longer disconnect. Whatever they say now, I don't know what the equivalent it is. No,
Wow.
I'm
Wow,
just
y'all
joking.
hear that? Y'all hear that, people? This is my cousin. I've been there since he's been a child.
We
I
didn't
taught
know.
him how to ride a
Oh
bicycle,
Lord have
and
mercy.
he is going to cut me off.
I didn't say I was gonna cut you off. I said I wasn't talking to you. Man,
Oh,
I said I was gonna. I said I wasn't talking.
uh,
Man,
I'm
I
not going to
gotta shut
cut
the
you off. I'm
phone
just
up.
not going to
Can you
talk to you ever
can you
again.
imagine if in our family we wake up with $7 million?
You can't talk to no one. You
I
can't
can't
talk to no
talk
one.
to everybody,
You can't
right?
talk to no one. You can't. You
Right.
can't. You can't. You
Because
can't.
man, it'd
I
be like,
agree.
Randy won $1 billion.
It would be that. Matter of fact, they'll put it on Instagram and Facebook before you do. Shout out to
Right.
my cousin
That,
that won $1 billion last night.
right. They would quit their job before I quit mine.
They would. I love it.
I
I
love
love
them.
it.
I
I
love them.
love it.
I love them.
That's true. That's so true. That's so true. For y'all that know, y'all know what your families are like, and they're
Right.
pretty much like this. They would
Right.
quit their job before he quit his.
And we
Cause
and we already know this happens because all we gotta do is look at NBA players.
yep, yep, yep. All their families quit their jobs. Family
All
ain't
their
never
families
talked
quit
to.
their jobs. Yeah. They be quitting their jobs when their sons are like top recruits in high school.
So wild, so wild. Let's go to another news story. Let's end on a really good note. Disney's going to launch a new card game to go up against Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. They're like, yo, we're going to take on the Titans. So Disney may be the king of theme parks, streaming television, major motion pictures. And when it comes to collectible card games, the House of the Mouse is not that high up. You know, they tread lightly on that area. But now they're like, okay, Magic the Gathering, y'all got documentaries, y'all run on ESPN, Pokemon trading card. Y'all got YouTube superstars rocking Pokemon cards while they're gonna go box in the ring and whatnot. We're ready for this. So Lorcana is the new Disney trading card game that's $1 billion franchises. They're going to get $1 billion. We're going to drop our 139 years worth of content and put it into cards.
Well, the thing is, Disney definitely has the content to compete.
Yeah.
Like just because you got the content compete, I mean you have the strategy and the right way to do that. So they're going after some giants, and I don't know, man.
They have a new ally. Ravensburger is a 139-year-old game publisher. So they've been making games for a long time. And they've been making family-friendly games for that long. And they're making trading card games. So they got the right partner to do this with. And then is everybody going to bite it? Their Villainous game series is doing well. I haven't bought Villainous yet, but I am going to buy it. I'm just waiting for the right time to buy all the pieces to Villainous.
Mm.
So I'm excited about that. So it says the basic idea there is to place called the Great Illuminary, said brand manager Ryan Miller, veteran of Wizards of the Coast, who has helped design and gameplay for Disney Lorcana. So they actually got Ryan Miller. Didn't know that. He was the brand manager for Wizards of the Coast. They make Magic the Gathering. They also do Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm.
So you hire the right people at
Right.
Ravenburger and just make some really beautiful cards, make them limited edition. They'll be as valuable as Pokemon cards. Disney makes little pins, lapel pins and stuff, jacket pins that people go to the park. They pay $149 a day to go into that park to trade pins.
So I mean, potentially they could do it. We'll have to wait and see. Is there a date that it's supposed to debut?
They haven't set a date to it yet. They just made the announcement that's going to happen. We'll probably find out more during D23. But I'm excited about this. This is exciting.
It could work, but they're taking on
You
some
know,
giants,
I don't,
man.
I know it. I don't know how I feel about placing Black Panther against Jimmy the Cricket though in the battle. I think feel somewhere with Tiana battling up against Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, it may happen. You
Tiana got
know,
them hands, man. She
you
from the
know, you know.
bayous of New
She's from
Orleans.
the Bayou,
Yeah,
yeah. She's like, get it out the mud.
get it out the mud, son. She's a hot girl. She's she's Disney's hot girl, man. They don't want it with her.
They don't want it. And I'm gonna end with this last story because I think this story is beautiful. The ashes of Star Trek legend and beloved human being on planet Earth, Nichelle Nichols, will head to space. So the ashes of Nichelle Nichols, the actress who played Lieutenant Natoya Uhura in the original Star Trek, will get sent to deep space on a rocket that memorializes her and several other Star Trek veterans. So they're putting them all together, throwing them all in the rocket to actually go out in space.
I think it's dope, man.
For a TV show that inspired
Well,
scientists and scientists of
yeah,
color to actually become those elementary and middle school kids become scientists off of
yeah,
Star Trek.
yeah, man. And we talked about it when she first
Mm-hmm.
passed. We said like she was the first Black person we ever saw in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before we ever had an idea, of what could be done. Like she was a pioneer on that.
Yes.
So man,
Yes.
well deserved. And she was just a great and an awesome human being,
Mm-hmm.
and she's deserving of this reward, I believe.
Yep. And she almost walked away from that role
Yeah,
because they
man.
weren't giving enough respect. And what
Know
did
who
Martin Luther
saved
King
it?
tell her?
Martin Luther King.
Said, no, we need you here.
Yep.
Our people need to see somebody in
Yep.
space being on the bridge of a
Yep.
ship.
Highly intelligent, strong,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, just everything, the full
Mm-hmm.
package, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. So excited about that. So they're gonna take her ashes and fly up in space. And for anybody that wants to go in space, the Roddenberry Foundation, with the right donation, will take some of your ashes and fly you into space too.
We're very vague with that, sir. What is the right donation?
The Roddenberry Foundation. So Gene
No, I said, what is
Roddenberry's
the right? I know who Gene Roddenberry is. I
uh-huh.
said, what is the right donation?
I don't know right now, but I think it's like $5,000 they'll fly you into space.
Okay, that's not. Yeah,
It's not
okay.
it's not super high. They make it manageable. They only flying like little bit. They're not flying your whole entire urn. They take like an ounce or two of you flying it into space.
Okay, that's not. That's.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were talking gargantuan numbers.
No,
No.
no, because
5,000.
Gene Roddenberry wants everybody to have the privilege of going to space.
Okay.
You pay for a little bit of your fuel to get out there and make sure you don't fall back to Earth.
I can get with that.
Mm-hmm. 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 And with that said, I'm gonna close GeekBeast since we come back today. Thank you all for
Tuning in,
coming
man.
along on the show.
Yeah. And for anybody who commented in the chat, we appreciate you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Defunk, for always putting together the news articles. Thank you, Rodney, for actually doing all the technical directing of this show. I know we're trying to work out some kinks on a couple of things. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you, Randy. Thank you for showing up. I called you last minute, like, hey, we're going live today. You're like, what? What? It's supposed to be tomorrow. I'm like, no, we do it today.
It's always a pleasure, fam.
Yeah, thank you. And shouts out to Digital Click. Y'all make us look good. I can't wait to see more of you all. We have to get you on the shows. We're actually streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. We'll have to streaming to all three of them. And we're going to pull up our Twitch streams. I know I've been slacking, but I'm going to get in here and play this Fortnite with Dragon Ball characters. And I'm not going to play. I'm going to let Rodney and Crystal carry me. And I'm pretending to get all the stuff, unlock all the stuff. I'm going to break some stuff, then die, and have them come pick me up. My failing is going to improve their skills. That's what it's going to do.
We're just talking about failing your way, learning, failing your way up.
Yeah. Yeah. How you get better is fail all the time.
Fail your way up. I'm with it.
Okay. With that being said, thank you all for coming out. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We have Binge Worthy. We have Tekken. And what else we have with Tekken?
We're gonna have a special guest for Tekken, one of the
Right.
creators of Tekken. So tune in tomorrow to find out what we're talking about on Bingeworthy.
Yes, come and tune in tomorrow for Binge Worthy and we talk Tekken. Peace.
Peace.